All right. Today is April 23rd, 2021, about 2 o'clock. I did want to do a quick journal on how today's trade went. I've taken a lot of hits over the last few weeks, adjusting things, and now I think we've found us a sweet spot. So let me discuss how today went down to show you today's chart. So, what's very, very important before you even make a move on a market going forward is the options day trading watch list. Patience is key. I know we try to get the 50s and the 40s and the 45 fills, but patience is more than paid in dividends. And so going forward, this is the only way I'm going to do this. So in here, what we have to do for the futures market. So either the Nasdaq, the Russell, the Dow, one of them needs to be right at or higher of 100. And if none of these three are at 100, either plus or minus, don't do anything. Don't even get in the market. Okay? Going forward, do not get in the market if they're not right at or have touched triple digits today. Also, double digits are important for the direction of the trade. You see right currently, SPX is 47 points up in the past on the day. So it's very important that this is double digits before you get into the market. So something higher than 9, 10 or higher, 15, 20 is better before you enter into the market. Very important. And then the last but not least, too, is have your screen on the Market Watch quotes and on your SPY tab. This shows you the top 10 holdings of SPY. You see they're all green, good sign. Bull flag indicator on several of them. So all this kind of validates, confirms momentum. The other thing I want to point out that's really important. By far today, my Bollinger Bands were rock stars today. Out the gate, you saw very early on around, let's see, like 9:48 in the morning. Look for this pattern here. You see here that it toe up the top band over and over and over and over. Clear indicator of it stayed between the middle and top band, beating up the top band with every candle. Another clear indicator of an upward moving day. By far a strong indicator. Same thing over here on the 5 minute. Go to 5 minute over here. Tall green candles tearing up the top band, nowhere near the lower band. A clear sign of upward momentum day. So I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. So because of that, I did on my Tasty Work platform, I did come in here at a really good day of fills. So you see I came in with a 30 credit on my margin account. I did another order on my IRA account of 2 fills. That's what, $60 of profit today, minus fees. I did buy some stocks, so that's not a big deal. Don't worry about the stocks. And did some Tesla plays today. So really good day of trading. Just real quick, I want to talk about one more quick thing before the market closes. Bar chart. Definitely want to talk about that. You see we're up 46 points on the day. But what's very important is to keep in mind is bar chart is delayed. But it's a really, really good tool. It's just delayed. So these pivot point, I literally saw this morning the pivot point previous close was right here at 134. Just remember that's delayed, but the numbers are still real consistent. So what happened was once I noticed that the pivot it got over 146, I really started looking for an entry to get into the market. I would imagine this will work going the other way, where if it closed, the previous close was above, and then you start firing down, there's another entry. But I definitely think this screen, maybe not everything a bar chart will be useful, but definitely this screen. Look at the pivot point, keep an eye on the price, and if it goes above and below, take advantage of these support lines here. These support lines were really, really low. I couldn't find any premium around the support. The closest one I could get was, as you see, was 125, which is way above. So I wouldn't typically recommend that. But because today it went up so fast, above the pivot, there's plenty of room in between the IV to get the job done. Quick look at the average true range. Looks like over time, this is a mover, man. It gets over 40. Over 100 days, it moves like 50. So it's definitely a strong moving index. A lot of opportunity there. And it swings typically on the upside, which is great. But yeah, I just want to make sure I took some time to point out that this bar chart tool is great, as long as you know there's a delay. And if you compare what you're seeing going on here, and you see the triple digits, you got double digits, the pivot point, bar chart pivot point, you react to the pivot if it's above or below. Like, as long as you just confirm all these things together, you really got a good top 10 holdings. If they're all the same color, is a good indicator. Look for your bull flags if you can, maybe a couple on there. Definitely keep an eye, like I said, the top band of the Bollinger Bands. If it's beating it up over and over and over, great signs of upward momentum. So definitely keep that in mind. And also want to point out investing.com. They have really good 15 above indicators. So whatever the indicator is for the 15-minute and 30-minute, that's in the 1 hour, is typically what you want to do. Keep an eye on the S3s if you're going with a floor, or the R3s if you're going for a ceiling. As the top, you want to be above. You want to be below this one if it's a support. You want to be above R3 if you're going for sales. The 1 minutes, 5 minutes, you see it's weakening, but we're down to the last hour and 20 minutes of the day. And so, but yeah, definitely something tool you should add to your arsenal. I didn't see what the pivot points was today. It looks like it was like 175, 74, kind of high. Let me look at the 30-minute. It probably refreshed. I got to maybe Monday. They keep an eye on what the pivot is here versus the pivot on, because it looks like this one updates. Like, obviously the pivot could not have been 174 when bar chart had it at 146, but I think it must update. So we're gonna leave it at that. We'll check it again on Monday, see if it's worth our attention. But yeah, I definitely want to talk about investing.com, barchart.com. How do you use them? Because the average true range on the technical analysis is definitely something to keep in mind, as far as like, how does it really move over time versus what the IV is saying. Because the IV was saying like 20 something this morning. Let me see what it was. IV, according to the site this morning, was talking about 22.6. So yeah, about half. That's what the true range is. And the range right now, we would look at the range right now of this candle. I bet you it's insane. Let me see if I can zoom in. Here we go. Yeah, the range right now is 47. So yeah, it shot well beyond the range of what they said it could be. 47, where bar chart said the range is like 40, and a 47, 47 right here. So yeah, average true range, that's a thing. Definitely something worth looking at. And then of course on the cheat sheet, you show your high, low, close. So the high of the day is that the last of the day is that, and the close is right here, previous close. So definitely worth adding that one. Yeah, I don't really see a need to do some of these other ones per se. Yeah. So I don't really use the sarcastics or the or any of those at all. There is one more thing I want to point out real quick before the market day ends and the numbers get erased. Look at the ratio of calls and puts on the option statistics. You notice for the 0 to 20 delta, which means out of the money, the puts have way more than calls, which is amazing. The other thing to note is the ones closer to the money, like 41 to 60%. The percentage is much higher on the 60% than the puts. That also could be an indicator of direction. I need to see what this looks like on a red day, but I think maybe we're on to something here with this 41 to 60 should be way higher. It's not way higher, but significantly higher. But you do notice how the puts are way higher than the calls on a green day, because this is a very green day. All right, more to come. We'll see. Until then, happy trading.